Welcome viewers to my channel. It's my pleasure talking to you today from this book of my daddy, The Power of Stellar Heaven. My name still remains Oby Udeze, your regular host. In today's episode, we'll be looking at the emergence of luminary bodies. God releases men as luminary bodies each time he wants to affect the face of the earth. God can't associate with darkness because he is king. He depends on light to establish his throne. He empowers luminary bodies to champion his causes on earth. When people are not enlightened the way they are expected to be, they lose their relevance on earth. Every kind of bondage is attributed to darkness. When God wants to enhance the destinies of a known people, he repositions them in light. The life of God is in his light. God can't manifest his power and glory on earth without light. Whosoever that bears the light of God bears the rule of God. This is why luminary bodies are ruling bodies. When Jesus Christ came to the earth, he was the source of light to those who were blind. When the wise men saw the star that was different from other stars, they followed the star because they knew that such a star represents rule. They went to the house of Herod the king because they know that illumination is synonymous to kingship. It is not possible for us to think of enthroning Jesus Christ as the sovereign king on earth without recognizing him as the light of the world. It is the light he produced that enthroned him. We must depend on the light that we produce to be enthroned. Man is a luminary personality and must endeavor to enthrone himself from the accumulation of his self-produced light. Anybody who refuses to produce light will famish in darkness. When men are veiled in darkness, they lose their dominion relevance. Those who live under the shadow and governance of the luminary bodies are expected to relate positively with them. Men also exist as luminary bodies, and when the star of a man is blurred in the galaxy, the man suffers in obscurity. The luminary bodies are meant to receive instructions from men. The study of stars and seasons must reveal to us how to relate with our elemental heaven. A lot of soothsayers and enchanters manipulate the stars of men so as to make them permanent slaves. You need to interpret the strength of your star because we are luminary bodies. We are meant to shine. Since these luminary bodies controls the earth, anybody who desires to be relevant on earth must study to know more about them. The powers of the heavens rules the earth. The souls of the earth and men are covenanted to the shining light of the luminary bodies. Whosoever that controls their luminary bodies controls the life of men. Men have their lives tied to the earth, and nobody can be relevant on earth without acknowledging the powers of the heaven. Anyone who controls the heavens controls the earth. When the strength of the sun is diverted through enchantment, it will accomplish the purpose of which it was diverted. The privilege that the biblical three wise men had was the privilege of their knowledge of the stars. Maybe they were astrologers or stargazers. God is not a religious personality. He allows men to tread with what they know. If we know that anybody who controls our heaven can do anything without our lives, we must then learn to command the morning and discipline or disciple our heaven. Anybody who is not in charge of his heaven is not really in charge of his life. Thank you for listening. I love you plenty from my heart. I will see you same time next week. Bye.